Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist. Welcome back to So You're Being Hunted. This is episode 411. We're back here, of course, with the terrain experiments. Now, in the previous episode, we cleared out the South Island. Leaves us 3 more islands to deal with. Now, we'll just pick one at random, and I'm thinking we're going to head north, which, of course, is where the landowner is over there, so we'll just have to try and give him a wide berth. Okay. Now, as I kind of said, really, in the last episode, do bear in mind that this episode as well is being recorded as part of a big recording session, so it's being block recorded at the moment, in which case if you are leaving hints, tips, things like that, just bear in mind I won't have seen them as of yet. But, last episode I was actually wittering on about the Tokyo Olympics and just, Olympic events and things like that in general. That was an interesting little topic of conversation, but I decided actually for this episode we're going to kind of talk about something very different as well. So, as when I actually record this, I just got a letter this morning from the town council, the council for the town where I live, and let me kind of give a bit of kind of backstory here. In essence, in the town where I'm living at the moment, there have been fucking roadworks going on absolutely bloody everywhere. They've been really filling up the roads in the area where I live at the moment. And just, it's been really kind of annoying. For anyone who doesn't know, I actually did do a jump cut then, just to transfer between the two islands. I didn't just keep talking and then do a little bit of wizardry with the audio in editing or anything like that. No, I just jump cut and then resume talking. But yeah, it's been causing absolute chaos. And basically, what's going on is, on the roads outside where I live, I'm guessing there's like a new pipe or something being laid in. But it's been there, the roadworks have been going on for so damn long now. And it's just thinking to yourself, what is going on with this friggin' pipe that they're putting in? So it feels like they put it in, but the roadworks are still there. And it's like, what exactly are they doing? Well, apparently, as far as I'm aware, they're now repaving a lot of like pedestrian walkways, stuff like that. So that's a bit of a nightmare. Then just up the road from where I am, there's like a big major roundabout. And the thing is, this roundabout has had roadworks on it as well for quite a while, which have been causing chaos. But I just got a letter this morning saying that these roundabout roadworks, which are going on, are going to kick up a notch later in the month of August. And when they do, much of that roundabout is basically going to be closed off entirely. So if you're trying to drive onto it from a certain angle, you're not going to be able to. If you want to exit it at a certain point, you're not going to be able to. Basically, there's going to be loads of diversions, in essence. And I just looked at it and I thought, oh god, this sounds like it's going to be such a fucking ball ache, not going to lie. But what can you do, eh? These things happen. And I just thought, it'd be interesting to have a topic of conversation about fucking roadworks. Thing is, I've had, episodes of Sir where I've talked about fucking drivers and things that I hate. Drivers who I find to be absolute assholes who do weird shit and just do things that annoy me. But now I'm not talking about drivers, but it's still a road-related topic and all that. And in this case, it's basically fucking roadworks and all that. But the thing is, like, roadworks in general here in the UK, it feels like sometimes they take so dang long. And they're just going on for ages. Like I say, it's just the ones that have been going in my local area. I remember when they actually started months and months ago, they actually had signs up saying that the work they were doing was meant to be completed by spring of 2021. And, truth is, basically that's a fucking lie, because, it's now summer of 2021 and they're still not done. And it looks like they're still going to be going on right into the autumn, potentially into the winter as well. It's just annoying as hell, that's all. I mean, I get it, at the end of the day, when they're done, it'll be an improvement probably, whatever it is they're trying to do, an improvement to quality of life or whatever. But, oh god, it's just like, I always feel like big public infrastructure projects in the UK, they always take so long. They never stick to their projected timescale, I'm telling you now. Whatever kind of public infrastructure provision companies say in the UK in terms of their projected time frame, never accept that at face value. Always add on extra time. Give them extra months, because trust me, they will not get it done to their timetable. They will take way, way longer. And often, it also ends up going over budget as well. I guess that's the way these companies sometimes win contracts. Usually because they fucking absolutely overpromise on what they can actually deliver, and they massively underestimate just how much money it will cost. I always feel like that's usually how it goes. Because the thing is, speaking of roadworks, apart from the ones in my local area, it also reminds me of something else which I think me and Phil have probably actually talked about here on the series, which is friggin' the smart motorways upgrades here in the UK. So first there were ones going around Birmingham, around Staffordshire, Cheshire. They've been going on, for fucking years in some cases, and they're just so annoying because they take so long. And it's like, because the thing is, through those areas where these smart motorway upgrades are taking place, there's friggin', speed limits, things like that. Average speed checks. So it's like, through Staffordshire, I think, for example, you can only do like 50 if you're going sort of up or down the not A6, the M6 rather. And good God, it means that, a trip through the county of Staffordshire via the M6, which should not take that long if you were going at normal motorway speeds of 70 miles an hour or whatever, that normally wouldn't take too long. But because it's now 50 miles an hour, it feels like such a slog to drive through it. That's the issue. Whenever I'm travelling back up north to visit family, or whenever I'm travelling back down south again, then I have to drive through there. It's just annoying as hell. Luckily, though, the Birmingham stretch of smart motorway works, that's, I think, pretty much done. So, you're back up to normal motorway speeds in that region, which is not bad at all. And, every time I drive through Birmingham, now apologies to any Brummies out there who might be watching this. I have no idea if there are any, but we'll see. But every time I've driven through Birmingham on the motorway, not the M6, because I think it'll be the M5 actually, won't it, since it's the spur that comes off. Every time I've driven through Birmingham, I always think to myself, man, Birmingham looks like such a fucking shithole, not gonna lie. Oh dear. But yeah. But it's just whenever I drive through it, you just see like big massive fucking tower blocks, and just like big fucking old, probably Victorian era industrial buildings that are just decrepit as hell. And then industrial estates, things like that, with like the long warehouses. And I think to myself, my God, Birmingham just looks really drab and dreary. Oh God. It's funny though, because you always know when you're entering Birmingham, even if you weren't looking at the signs, the actual motorway road signs, you'd still be able to tell when you're about to enter Birmingham from the, if you were coming down from the north of the UK. Because immediately you see the big sort of tower blocks that are painted blue and things like this. It's just like the kind of weird landmarks almost. But yeah. There you go. So that was just me getting off a bit of ranting and raving about roadworks off my chest. I imagine, this is not a UK problem. I imagine it's the same in just about every country around the world. Everybody probably complains about the roadworks and all that. It's just that the one in my local area at this roundabout that near where I live, thing is, it's going to be a bit of a ball ache, because I was looking at this letter that the town council sent me about these roadworks, and basically what they said was it's going to be taking place later in August. It's going to be lasting for fucking weeks on end, and the problem is that these roadworks at this roundabout, these deep roadworks, apparently are going to be starting around about a time when work is going to start up again, the new term. So potentially I'm going to have to find myself new routes to work, which there are some there. It's annoying because normally I would drive up to this big roundabout and then from there it would just be a straight run to where I work. But now it's not going to be. Now I'm going to have to find potentially alternate routes to get there, which are going to take me through all the fucking back roads and whatever. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to have to sort of have a look around in essence and see what the old dealio is. Are there robots by this one? Yeah, there are. Of course there are. There's always robots by them. Right, let us dump this one here. Boom. There we are. Good. But, speaking of infrastructure projects here in the UK, obviously I mentioned the smart motorways as being the prime example of kind of situations in the UK where friggin' infrastructure projects take so dang long, cause so much inconvenience, and probably, go on for way longer than they were originally projected to. But another example off the top of my head that I can think of will probably be HS2. High Speed 2, for anyone who doesn't know what that is. It's basically the government, under the Conservatives, for a long time has wanted now to implement a high-speed rail connection between London and the north of England. And so their proposal was HS2, so High Speed 2. Because that's the thing, the UK, we don't have, as far as I'm aware, any sort of like dedicated high-speed actual rail lines. We do have high-speed trains, like Virgin Pendolino type trains, things like that, which are able to go fast because they have that technology where they sort of lean into the corners as they go around them. Because the thing about the UK is, a lot of our railways, of course, were laid down in the Victorian era. And of course they were laid down, at a time of steam locomotives and steam power. And steam trains, of course, back then were a lot slower. And so as a result, the tracks that were laid down tend to be a bit more sort of twisty and windy. And some of the infrastructure surrounding them, like bridges and things like that, were of certain sizes or were designed for certain maximum weight loads. And the result of that is that every time now, technology has advanced, and new rail technology in particular has come to the fore, these sort of infrastructural bits and bobs have had to be kind of upgraded or, enhanced so that they're suitable for the new technology. And of course, HS, high-speed rail. High-speed rail is something that I think, the UK would benefit from. It's just that, as usual, with any infrastructural project in the UK, it's going to take absolutely ages to deliver, and it will probably be massively over budget. That's the thing, And the thing is, once again, it's kind of... There has been some criticism of it for being the case that it's still very kind of London-centric, i.e., because it's still very much a London to the north of England connection. There have been lots of criticism saying that, that's all well and good, but we also could do with like high-speed rail connections to other locations within the UK. And not just, connecting other locations to London, but also connecting sub-regions of England to each other. So instead of a high-speed connection, London to Manchester or whatever, what about, high-speed connections Manchester to, say, somewhere in the northeast of England? I don't know, like Newcastle or whatever. That's the question, isn't it, I suppose? The thing is, I'm not going to get into a huge debate around the kind of the politics of infrastructure projects here in the UK, because it's a complicated thing. There's the usual kind of debates about environmental impact and things like that, which, are to be kind of expected with any infrastructural project of this kind. But what can you do? Sometimes you need to kind of put those things in. But, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to get into that whole debate, because otherwise I could get myself sucked down a bit of a rabbit hole and all that. Alright, we've actually done well there. We've got the North Island now cleared out as well. So far, still no terrain anomalies, no islands that are inaccessible, no jetties that have generated right out in the middle of the ocean. Though, like I said previously, we have had that before, haven't we, in So You're Being Hunted? I can't remember which episode it was, but there was one episode a long, long time ago where there was a jetty that was just right out in the middle of the sea. I couldn't actually get to it without being killed by the sea beast. Alright, now I don't know how long I've been recording for there. I think at least 10 minutes, which is probably enough for an episode. So you know what, we'll dump these device pieces here, and then we will wrap up, I do think. So, Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with a link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. And if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Oh my god, he's actually here.
Is this better, Megan?
What is this?
He's back. Whoa, cameo. Cameo in the sequel.
Yeah.
Ah, goody. What hell are you doing? Do not give me that shit, Megan. You are in danger, you big fuck nugget.
Wow.
God damn it, God. Get out of my dreams. Let's go, but God damn it, get out of my dreams.
Yeah, you're doing early there. So was that literally just a cameo? Just him?
Yeah, that was completely unnecessary. You're okay with that, Jane?
Because that's kind of what he was like in the last game. He just crops up all the time.
Yeah.
Like in the hot springs where he's just there in his uniform.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
I did. Looking over, I noticed Yunji isn't there. Only then do I notice smashing the ocean. Looks like Yunji's having some fun swimming.